In front of us here, we've got Simphiwe. I mean, he said Scorpion. Eh?
Yeah, I can see. I can see why they said Scorpion. I can see why.
Yeah.
Young man from the south.
Yes. Now, young man from the south, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
We're very well. Eh? Do you know how happy and excited we are to have you?
I'm very excited to be here.
Seriously?
Yes.
You see, so both of us are excited. Eh?
Yes.
No, that's very interesting. Now, tell me, who is Simphiwe?
Simphiwe Radebe is a young IT specialist, basically. I grew up in technology since my dad is an IT specialist. My mom and dad always encouraged me to continue doing my coding and all. So I was at church doing parking and security, and the guy I was doing it with, he works at APSA, he's a coder there also. So he introduced me to HTML, which was very interesting. I'm like, this thing is nice.
Okay.
So I continued. And
Okay, just hold on. You see, you were introduced to HTML,
Yes.
and the one thing you can say, of all the things you can say, you say this thing is nice.
This thing is nice.
But because HTML is actually very complicated, I've tried to go into, you see, you start with Notepad, you go and do all of those things. For me, it looks complicated, and you need to have some kind of brain.
It's very easy.
I think once you start young, then you can have answers like, it's very easy.
And then he says, no, I look at this thing and I see it is
nice.
It is nice. You know, because for me, you have to create like a header, you have to create a footer, and you have to create your own topics, né? And you keep on adding. You know those things that you open and close brackets. How? I mean,
Sharp brackets.
yeah, sharp, close and open bracket. Those things are so confusing, eh?
It's nice. And he says why? His answer
Tell us why. Tell us why it's not.
It's not confusing because open bracket is the smaller than side. Close bracket is greater than.
Yeah.
So it basically closes whatever you've added in there.
And then that thing becomes graphic. Yeah, look at Kito.
So what? Like, understand me. What are you on about? Because he has his hands up and he's on that emoji of, I don't know, like, what you mean? Like, that's the simplest thing. What you mean?
You know, can I tell you something? Since you've started interviewing people who've never had an answer like that, you know, the answer when you look at the person you interview is like, but it's so simple, you know?
It's like I wake up in the morning.
So what?
So what?
So you look at this thing and then HTML and you say, well, it's nice, so I'm gonna do it.
I looked at HTML and I saw this is too easy. I need something more difficult.
Okay.
So I went on to research more. So they told me there's CSS that goes with HTML
Yes.
to make it look better.
Cascading
Style sheets.
style sheet, yes.
Then with CSS you add your JavaScript for your functionality of your website. That's when I learned all web development. I took a course on Udemy thanks to my mentor. He's the one that introduced me. So I was able to get me Udemy online for free for me. So I was able to do JavaScript and I got certified with JavaScript. Then I saw that, okay, websites are nice, easy, but let me try something else.
Okay, what are you doing to Vision now? I actually don't like what you're doing to Vision.
I remember way back when I used to say rapping easy, you know, writing a verse. It is easy now.
You know,
carry on.
I'll tell you something. The most interesting thing here is the first time I see Vision like this.
Like, I'm quiet. You know what?
He's sweating. Kitu, can you see he's sweating?
No. It's the jam from me.
Okay.
No, but you know how it feels, Mrs. Stan?
Yeah.
Each sentence is, I needed a bigger challenge, it was easy.
Yeah.
And then I learned this. I was like,
Okay.
it's boring. And something else.
So right. And then you went to Udemy, right?
Yeah, Udemy, yes.
And then you learn. So which platforms do you use? I'll tell you why I'm asking that question.
Yes.
I've got a bit of knowledge with regard to that, but I am using Dreamweaver to do like most of the thing from Adobe.
Oh, okay. I use Visual Studios for my websites, Visual Studio Code specifically, and then for my apps I use Android Studio.
Oh yes, Android Studio. But Android Studio for me is one of the most complicated things because you need to because you need to remember all the inputs that you have there.
Mr. Sen, you got it. That one is. So there is something difficult
for people to understand. I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
No, because let me tell you something.
The boy is done.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what to say, but because you see all of those things, all the inputs that you have,
Sir.
it's so easy to forget and know and remember where you put certain stuff. And for him, it's like as easy as ABC.
No, it is. That's what I say. Start young. Look now.
So before we even talk about the apps, right? Now, in as far as coding, at what age would you recommend somebody to start?
I started at 14 years, but I recommend if you see that you're interested in it, the younger you are, below 18, that's a good way to start below 18 because the younger you are, the more opportunity you have to learn more before you go older, basically. Yes.
So now, in terms of websites, how many websites have you made so far?
I've made like you could say it was my school's one, the stock fell, my website, and I made 2 company websites, so 5 basically so far.
Okay, let's talk about your website.
Yeah.
Your own website.
My own website, yes.
Yeah, what stuff is in there, and how does somebody get into your website?
My website is just a profile about me, on what I've done, what I do, and some contact details for me. So you find it simphiwe.radebe.ga. This is so I use the free website to get free hosting in a domain. So it's simphiwe.radebe.ga.
Now we have, let's say, a multitude of people that are listening now,
Yes.
and they want their website to be done. Do they go to simphiwe.radebe.ga.za?
It's just simphiwe.radebe.ga.
Or .ga?
Yes, GA.
Or GA, and then they can be able to get hold
They
of
will
you.
find my contact details right there.
And then what are your damages or cover charges?
I charge 2,000 rand to make the website with the 500 rand deposit for me to buy your domain and pay for hosting. Hosting, it depends on your website on how big it is, but plus minus it's 60 rand per month for your hosting, and you pay me 197 every year to keep your domain online.
Oh, okay. So are you using like your South African market, or you hosting outside?
I'm hosting on South African. It's an Afro
Platform,
host.
AfriHost.
Yes.
But AfriHost, this is what I've heard, that their turnaround is a bit longer than most, even outside ones. Is it true?
I'm not sure. I've just been using AfriHost. It's been good to me.
It's been good to
Yeah.
you. So obviously you deal with them the most. So
Yes.
so okay. And then it is 192 a year, right?
Yes, 197.
197 a year, and then every month is 60 rand.
60 rand. Yes.
And then how many email addresses can one have?
That depends on the hosting package, depending on how big your company is. For a small business, the 60 rand one gives us 25 email addresses.
And how big will the megabytes be
It's a 1 gig storage.
for each email?
1 gig storage for your database.
For everything, and then for email it does not matter.
Email does not matter.
Oh, okay. No, but it makes sense, right?
The big thing,
Yeah.
I just want to get to the app side.
No,
When he got the app, how old he was, what inspired him to start
Okay,
writing this?
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get into that part. So
This the only thing I know about
So let's okay.
download,
Okay.
watch the series, out.
No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't worry about that. Now let's talk about now all the properties that one has to have on a website. after you have done the website for somebody, do you also still maintain it?
Yes, I maintain it.
Oh, okay.
If you need something changed on the website, you just call me and I'll have it fixed.
But do you also, let's say there's a user out there who is who feels that I can be able to also add my own content, do you give them the admin rights?
For them to add their own content, I could, if they understand
what is it
what
that
HTML is. Yeah, but I could give them admin rights since they're paying for the hosting.
And since it is theirs, and
Yes.
they have to be responsible for the content, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, so that is with the website. So his name is Simphiwe Radebe. Why do you say Radebe when I see it's H-A?
R-A.
Or R-A, Radebe.
Radebe. But yeah, people pronounce it as Radebe.
People pronounce it as Radebe,
Yeah,
right?
because they see R.
So they say, okay, Radebe. So you call it?
Zulu.
Zulu.
Yeah.
Okay, Radebe. So his name is Simphiwe Radebe. He's 17 years of age. He has already
3 apps.
3 apps and 5 website. Now, as young as he is, his cover charges are not too much. It's only 2,000 rand, and you give him 500 rand deposit. And now, if a person give you 500 rand deposit,
Yes.
so do they pay you in installment up until you finish, or they can pay the full amount after you're done?
They pay me the 500 rand, which I start the website to show that they committed to me doing their website. Once I'm done, I show them a presentation. I'll send them a video of the website. But I'll have it online for like 5 days. If you don't pay me, I take it down until you pay me. And then I'll put it back on. Because I've had a situation where I made people the website, but they didn't want to pay, telling me they don't have money and all. So I had to just...
So you take it down up until they have money.
Yes.
And pay. I like the fact that you are also is bit shrewd, right?
And it's very business minded.
Yeah,
like he knows. Like
yeah,
I feel like he's practiced enough and learned from the mistakes.
I like that. So in this case, you are not going, when you're done schooling, you are not going to go and look for work, right?
Basically not. I want to start my company and create work.
What is your company called?
Brain Cap Developers.
Brain Cap.
Yes.
Like Kepi say your.
Yeah, Cappies.
Oh.
Brain Cap.
Well, brain cappies out there.
Yeah.
That's what's the stand.
It's one English, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Development. So now you have 3 apps.
Yes.
Talk to us about your 3 apps.
My first app was during lockdown, when we got back to school as us grade 12s. Since nowadays COVID-19, we had to do screening and all. So now the line was very long before we had to get into class. So I saw, okay, I need to try and make a solution that could speed up this process. So I just decided to develop an app which the teachers will just, the students add their temperatures and it gets sent to the school's database. The school has all the details for in case of a person's infected, they can check their records. Then I saw that that's too plain. I can't just have screening temperatures. That's like a basic app. Then I said, okay, since it's for my school.
Continue, boys.
I'm having fun here in the studio. I've got Kitu in the studio and I've got Vision. All of them, they look dumbfounded. Okay, right, okay.
I know, okay, no. Let's add more. Then I decided, okay, if someone's absent and they can't contact the school, they can contact the school through the app. Let's add that. I added that. They can contact the school and tell them they'll be absent when will they coming back. And then they have to send proof of the parents' consent. And it gets sent to the school, they have it. Then I also had matriculants need past papers. They usually don't know where to access them. So on the app, you can find your past papers easily accessed. And for people, timetables, you can find your timetable on the app. Depending on
Okay, now I've got a serious question.
Yes.
Now, who thought about all of that?
Me.
Do you hear that? Me. You're out, boy. Don't leave, boy. Don't leave, boy. We have young Einstein here.
Okay, so you thought about all of that yourself?
Yes, because it was this idea, and I just thought I have to go full in with this idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, can I be your friend?
Wow, man.
No,
Mr.
no, I've got
to be his friend.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a website, right?
Yes.
I would want you to look at it.
Okay.
And then we also have VMC Planet Radio website.
Yeah, I've been on it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you've been on it. So
He's gonna watch.
obviously, there's quite a number of things that you want to do there.
Yeah, I just don't know the streaming part. I don't know how y'all do that because I'm not at that level yet. But the rest, designing and everything, I'm spot on there.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So we've got Daddy Jose, that is sitting there, right? Is a program manager.
Yes.
We want to put you to test, right?
Okay.
Go through that website and give us a proposal,
Okay.
and then we'll take it from there.
No problem. I'll definitely do that.
Please.
Yes.
All right. So that is that. So let's talk about the second app.
The second app I was.
Yeah.
My second app was for women. I saw during lockdown there's like lots of gender-based violence happening and all. So I also thought about a woman walking out of the house. She's not safe. If she's in need of help, let's say there's a group of guys walking behind her, she feels uncomfortable. Instead of her having to take out a phone, maybe to call for help or something, the phone can stay in her bag or pocket. She just shouts help. The app, she registers all her emergency contacts, and once she says help, it sends a message with her location to all those emergency contacts.
Elan!
This boy just created a survey for help.
So obviously that depends on algorithms, right?
Yes. I don't use any algorithms. I just use Google's speech to text.
Oh, is it?
Wow.
Oh, okay. So very smart. And then let's talk about the third app.
This boy created his own service.
Okay.
Oh, yes. The third app, I was in a hackathon for MTN App Academy. So they gave us a few problems we have to look at, and they said, okay, how can you solve this using apps? So I saw one. When a person calls an ambulance, they don't know the location of the ambulance when they call it. So basically, when you call it, from the app, it will show you the location of the ambulance, the driver's phone number, and on the driver's side, they will see what the problem is with you, so they can easily prep for you before they get there.
Yes.
Okay. Now again, the same question. Now, who thought of all of those?
Me. I thought of that, but the problem was brought by MTN App Academy. Since it was a hackathon, they gave us a list of problems, and I just saw that one, and I decided to go ahead using that one.
No, I understand that, but I mean, what you were doing, all of that, the explanation.
I'm alone. I'm alone. I've got a group of friends. We're all together, 4 of us in the company, but they too focused on school right now. I'm also focused on school, but I try to push with my with this coding because this is my dream. I don't want to let it pass. So I continue doing this while having school also. So with them, we want to start the company, but they still busy with school. For them, they want to make sure they're done with school.
All right. Now I want to ask you a question, right? And I want to request you to do something for me.
Okay.
Right? There is something that is called LMS. It's called Learner Management System.
Okay.
And that there is a free learner management system. It's called Moodle. Yeah, and it becomes difficult to upload